What's up, YouTube world? It's your boy J Dub, the number one comment on YouTube, and I'm back with another review. Today, I will be reviewing. What am I doing? Ready for Love. This is season 5, episode 10, and the episode is called "Better Late Than Never," but never late is better. Now I'll put that. I got that from Drake. But for those who are new to my channel, I do breakdowns of reality shows. I do a detailed review. I may not do every single scene, but I guess grab the scenes that stick out to me and pick up maybe a couple more details that you may have not seen. Now, as I stated before, I am the number one commenter. So this channel it's all about comments. And I guess what that means is I don't ask for the likes, I don't ask for the subscriptions. Because if you rocking with your boy J Dub, you're gonna do that anyway. But I need those comments. I need those comments like Sabrina needs Demetrius to fight for her love. They need to fight for each other love. But like I said, if you're not used to making comments, you feel a certain way about making comments, this is the channel for you. Because here we comment freely. That's what this is all about. Us getting down in the comments, saying our points. Because the motto of this channel is say what you say. So you just get down there and say how you feel, what you think, and we get down there and laugh and debate back and forth, share our opinions, learn something. And the only thing that I ever ask is that we stay respectful to each other. Why? Because over here we do have a community. It's called the Dub Fam. And the Dub Fam, we respect each other. But here you could talk about, say what you want. You want to cuss, whatever you feel like saying. Put it down in the comments. It's always welcome. It can't be too many. They can't be too long. They can't be too short. Just comment, because that's what I'm all about, the comments, because that's the best part, again, of having a channel. So I guess let me catch y'all back up, because I also see some of the Dub fam putting down, like, looking like, where your videos at? What's going on? Or when you think you're going to get your next one out? As I told you, I'll probably go say this disclaimer on every video. I'm right in the midst of my real estate journey, so I'm just trying to get things done. So it pushed my whole schedule back with everything. So it's probably gonna be behind. I'm gonna say like 2 weeks. So I'm playing catch up. So what? This is Sunday, but we in Ready for Love came on Friday. So I'm just trying to catch up and provide y'all with good content while still handling my business in real estate school. So let's go ahead and get into the review. Oh, and if you haven't noticed, where you see the blue in the room, I got this from when Tommy took everybody out for brunch, like close to the end. I saw that blue. I was like, I got a blue room. Let me go ahead and get in the blue room in the honor of Ready to Love. And really, I like to move around and film in different places because it feels better, or it gets my creative juices going, or it helps my ability to dream like Steve or Married at First Sight. You know, I got to put myself in certain spaces to do this because this is not easy. Commenting is easy. YouTubing is not so easy. So shout out to all the people who sacrifice and get out there and put their content on YouTube. So we pretty much start off with Sabrina. On last episode, she was holding a furlough meeting with everybody out by the lake house, and she pretty much said there are two guys who are at the bottom of the pile, and those two guys were P.O. and Tori. Now, like I said, when I said a furlough meeting, because she came off like so professional, like she was, like I said, she was at a business meeting, and in the end, which we knew, they gave it away last week because we saw P.O. in the upcoming episodes. We know it's Tori. So, farewell to the kidney smasher. I'm glad to see him go. When he said that line, he's smashing kidneys and shifting organs. You got to go. This ain't, I don't know, it ain't that, whatever. We're supposed to be ready for love. Nobody got time to be, hearing all that. And it really didn't matter because what connection did Tori have? Sabrina's been trying to tell Tori that he's not the one, but I guess he didn't catch he didn't get the memo because he thought he still had a connection, but also giving passive-aggressive jabs to her, thinking that's going to help the situation. He actually needed Sabrina. Sabrina knew just how long to drag the kidney smasher along to make sure she was secure in the process. And she will make it because she'll keep the connections and she'll know when to let some go or make some stronger. And pretty much after the elimination, we see Sabrina and Demetrius. They having like a private conversation, but they having it in front of a few of the ladies. We got Auntie Daki on the couch, Joy and Carmen, and it was like very awkward. Low energy Demetrius. He doesn't seem like he's familiar with being like with intimacy with with a woman. He's like rubbing Sabrina's knuckles with his thumb and everything. It didn't look like she liked it. She looked like she just wanted to hold hands, which I understood. But that's how he comes off. He comes off real awkward and out of place when we talking about like connecting with a woman. And kind of the vibe that I got about it, Sabrina, it came off like a bit desperate, where she was almost trying to convince Demetrius that he needs to step his game up as far as like attention, as far as calling her or contacting her, and with affection and all that. And Demetrius always hit you with the same thing. I got you, or he's surprised what you're saying, because she like, it seems like you're a little bit of passive. You're like, what? And she's like, I know you don't like that word. You're like, no, I ain't passive. I guess because it sounds soft, so he didn't want to really acknowledge that. But I mean, she's right, because Demetrius wants you to fight for his love. He gonna let everybody come to him, and I get that people have like different personalities. People are not as forward as others. But when it seems like one person is doing all the work, whether it's men or women, because people got different perspectives. Like, you got to chase me, but I believe there should be energy coming from both sides, not just I have to chase you down and convince you that I'm the one for you and all of that. So, it's just I just think Sabrina could do better than that. Because Demetrius is not her only connection. She also has Donovan. Maybe she should have explored that more. Or guess what? Self-eliminate. It seems like everybody else is doing that anyway. So I still don't think, regardless of that talk, she's gonna receive that attention that she needs. Demetrius is like stuck in his ways. I guess he never needed to do that or chase a woman or show much interest. So good luck with that, Sabrina. So we see Carmen and Donovan, and they're in a hot tub, and they very close, intimate. They skin to skin, and Carmen, she spoke on Donovan's other connection, which is Sabrina, and pretty much saying like gave Sabrina like a backhanded compliment, saying, "Yeah, Sabrina's a good girl, but I'm a better woman," and that doesn't surprise me. Like when Carmen speaks, she speaks out of like insecurity. And why? Because you don't have to put somebody else down to push you up. That's not necessary. If you're confident in yourself, then that's what it's going to be. But again, Carmen reminds me of like she's like the female version of Laverne. You say something about somebody else, she got to put herself up or put the person down to make herself seem, good. Because anybody who, I guess, poses competition towards her, she's going to take you out. So by how close Carmen and Donovan is, it looked like the man eater. She got her hooks all into Donovan. So Sabrina, she better hook up with Demetrius, because it looked like Carmen got him now. She got Donovan. So we see Auntie Dakia. She chilling on the couch. She crocheting a blanket or whatever. Nah, she ain't doing that. She drinking some wine. She's sitting there. I guess she waiting for to talk to Clifton, because I don't think that just happens out the blue. I'm sure they say, go over there and talk to the kid or whatever, because I'm sure y'all got something to talk about. So they have a conversation, and I guess I would call this a closure conversation, because Auntie Dakia, she told Clifton, like, I respect what you and Joy got going on. However, I feel like, we had a connection, and that, like, if you had made that connection with Joy solidified, then, I should have known something. You should have told me something. And I'm not really one to feel like you owe people something in this process, because everybody in this process knows that this is a process, that you shouldn't have just had one person that you're interested in. But Auntie the Kid is correct. Like, misleading Cliff, at this point just dragged the whole situation till she came to him about it, because throughout the process, all the way up to the end, even meeting Auntie the kid's nephews or whatever, she was. I mean, they were talking, and it seemed like it was real, and it seemed like they could possibly have a, you know, to take the connection further. But Clifton just like pretty much dropped her off on this trip. When Joy put her bag on his bed, and I don't want to make it sound like it was Joy who did it, because there's no way that they didn't plan this, because I mean they got matching onesies. They actually had two sets of matching onesies, a little further down the road. So we already know it was a part of the plan. But that's the thing. When you're dealing with people, and it is, this type of situation is normally dealing with how some men deal with women. Like, they're not gonna want to hurt their feelings, or they not even want to let them down. They just want the situation just to go away, or until a woman confronts them. And then they're like, oh, I didn't know how that was, or, oh, wow, I didn't see it like that. And that's exactly what Clifton did. He comes up with pretty much the excuse of like, well, I just, during the trip, our connection, me and Joy's connection, just, it was so strong. It was so strong. And, that was his way out or whatever. But I thought it was sorry. But what could Auntie the kid do? It was already done. So, like how freaky uncles and aunties and all that, they always look for an opportunity to get something in. So Auntie the kid, she takes the time to say, well, well, go ahead and give me a hug. And, she need to get a feel, one last feel off of one one last feel of misleading Clifton. She want to hug up and snuggle up on his chest, and she moaning. She's like, I'm like, Auntie the kid, come on, like a little dog on your leg humping. That's how Auntie the kid was. And then she was like, well, don't do this. Don't do this if you can't keep it up or whatever. The man has moved on. You don't have no chance with him, Auntie the kid. It's done. She be like, I be wanting this all the time. You can't get that all the time. Y'all think Joy is just fun loving and goofy. You keep trying to hug up on Clifton, after a while it's gonna be a problem. But misleading Clifton was still doing the same things what he's been doing. He's giving mixed messages while they're sitting on the couch. Clifton is like giving her the stare, like that after 12 stare or something. Like something could actually go down. It was all in the eyes, and it said everything. And that's what Clifton does. He's a misleader, and for real, if circumstances were different, I think he would mess with Auntie the kid, not like relationship wise, but he would deal with her. I believe he's like, let's say, sexually attracted, or it's a saying going around, Clifton's for the streets or whatever. He gonna go wherever he can play at. So Auntie the kid is like, she's feeling the vibe and everything, but she's like, enough is enough, for real. We can't do this. So she didn't say nothing. She just said, I gotta go. And Clifton like, where? He looking at her, trying to still give her the eyes. She like, I don't know. I just gotta get the hell out of here, because, it's too much. It's too much going on right here. And so she left, and she went out the back, and I guess cried by the lake or whatever. And that was pretty much it for them, as far as like their closure, because there is no more connection. It's all about him and Joy now. So after the closure conversation, Clifton decided to join Joy, Sabrina, and Demetrius in a 2-person hot tub. It was so cramped in there. I was uncomfortable. I couldn't. I'm a person who enjoys their space. I can't get in some little cramped thing where everybody in their bathing suits and just sitting there and be in there like that. So Joy was trying to find out, like, how was he doing, I guess, after speaking from the production planted conversation with Auntie the kid. And Clifton was like, well, yeah, I'm fine. But I don't know about other people. And Joy like, I don't care about, somebody else. Joy always does that, like that extra stuff. Like, basically, if Joy don't care about it, she gonna let you know. She cares about a few things. I get it. But she just like really puts emphasis on it, that like, who cares about Auntie the kid? They didn't say Auntie the kid, but that's who they were talking about. Who cares about Auntie the kid's feelings? And so after that, Joy and Clifton, they got out the hot tub and pretty much headed for bed for their for the they went to the what do we call it? They went to the honeymoon suite. You know, they the only people that's officially together on the trip. So they went to bed. So in the morning, it was the last day of the trip, and they making breakfast and everything. And like I said, it was planned. Clifton and Joy, they both had they had a set of onesies on them, and they were different colors from the ones that they wore like at the little party. So again, we know this is planned. Everybody else got on regular clothes, rightfully so, but they want to come in their pajamas. You know, that's the new world. I mean, I guess they're intimate in the house, but people in real life come outside in their pajamas. You know, that's a different generation thing, a different planet, a different time. Because that's like some of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. I'm walking around in my regular clothes in Target, and somebody's comfortably wearing their bed clothes outside. Like I said, it's a new day and it's a new plan. I know some things change, but that's not one thing I was looking at. In my day, in my time, you could never do that. You would never think to do that because it don't make sense. But hey, it's a new world. So like I said, they cooking breakfast and everything, and guess who shows up? They got a guest going on. It's Tina. You know, Tina from the lady who had car trouble. So I guess Tina been on the side of the road. AAA didn't come get her for about 18 hours and everything. But I saw Tina pull up in like a new Benz, like a CLS. So I can't imagine how much car trouble she had. Even though some Mercedes Benz have reliability issues, I don't think this one did, you know, but she's there, and it's like really super awkward because no one is like really giving her energy. Like they're not paying attention that she's there. And rightfully so, like, because they spent the last episode, everybody's, as far as the guys, everybody's worried about where's Tina, where's she at? I mean, obviously she don't want to be there. You know, had Donovan worried, he calling 100 times. Phone going to voicemail, but she pull up and she can kind of see the energy is awkward and even mentions it. And Donovan says like, yeah, that's a word because that's how it really is. It's really awkward in there. But Tina's only really giving energy to Donovan, and she actually pulled Donovan to the side to have a conversation because she needed to talk to him in privately. So Tina and Donovan go upstairs in the same bed that Donovan and Carmen, the little bunk beds that they slept on. That looked crazy just to see that scene. You cuddled up, snuggled up in a bunk bed. Bunk beds aren't big enough for regular size adults. For two adults to get down in a bunk bed, okay. The biggest size, it could be like a full bed. But that's just wild. That's just wild to think that you can accommodate somebody or supposedly accommodate somebody for like work, and you don't give them the proper bed to sleep in. But okay. I guess as long as you got somebody to sleep in that bottom bunk, it's okay. So Donovan pretty much let Tina know, like, you've been gone out the process. I've been looking for you. You know, we throughout our relationships, we do like a text here and there or talk. But like, what's going on? Something's off with you. And pretty much she's not in the running, you know, to being ready for love. Nobody checking for her because she's absent and she's dodging people, you know. We learned from Tina's ex that she's a ghoster, and Tina didn't really seem to care. And Donovan was just like, well, if you don't care, why are you here? I mean, that's what I want to know too. Like, the trip is over. They probably only thing they got to do is probably finish packing their bags and putting the luggage in the car. Why do you show up now? Like, I don't know if this is production push or Tina's dealing with something and she felt the need to show up for Donovan, because for real, if she only came there for Donovan, she could have returned his call and they could have had a private conversation or met up with a face-to-face on the side of the road where she was broken down at. But no, you know, something's off with Tina, and I don't understand. But what we clearly know is that she's not invested in the process. She doesn't want to be there, and she's not interested at all. So Tina pretty much said that, like, the small, light conversation with Donovan was pretty much exhausting. So she needs, like, time to herself. So she goes out, goes sit by the water. And, you know, here comes the man-eater, Carmen. She's trying to be nosy, always trying to act like she's genuine or, you know, just checking on him. Because even in Carmen's confessional, she said that, like, really, I'm not close to Tina, but she want to check on him. She just want to find out what's going on. And Tina went right in. I mean, she didn't have no problem spilling the beans about what was happening. She was saying, well, I don't really have connections here, but like the only person I'm really here that I'm interested in is Donovan. And Carmen like, what? That's her man now. So why you want a Donovan? She said, you in the deliberation, you was hollering about Demetrius, you was talking about PO and everything. And then Tina said, like, pretty much with Demetrius, he reminded her of her ex, the one who's toxic. And I could believe that. Like, we don't know much about Demetrius, but something's off about Demetrius as well. So if she got that vibe, I'm going to go with it. Not that Tina is such a trusted, solid person, but I could believe that. And then she said with P.O., she met him like at the pool party, but I guess the attraction that she had with him ain't concrete. That's what she said. She didn't say concrete. She said concrete. So the only person left is Donovan. I know Carmen wanted to say, well, you can forget Donovan too, because I just locked in with him last night. So that was pretty much it. I don't know. I don't know if Tina needed a moment on camera or what that was about, but because that was like a whole waste of time, and I really was annoyed. I was really annoyed. Like Joy was like, well, let Tina be where she at. Why are we worried about her? She ain't here, and that's the same thing I felt. And as far as like her not wanting PO, I think she wanted to just get in where she fit in, like she was playing the game, and it kind of makes me wonder, like Tina was like an add-in, or one of those blind dates. She wasn't an original cast member, so why are we focusing so much on her? Pretty much like PO wasn't giving her no energy, no love, because he ain't down with the games, and I get that. And I like how P.O.'s kind of moving, like the same way he kind of kicked Karma to the side while he eating his salad, and she wanted a taste of his salad all up in his face. He knew it was about the fakeness, and that's how you're supposed to handle the fakeness, no matter how they look, whatever. So, but speaking of P.O., it looked like production's trying to force a connection with him and Auntie Dakia, because they actually go out to dinner, and I'm like, why are they even in the same room? You can see there's no spark, there's no chemistry, there's nothing. But P.O. got there first, and he ordered some red wine for Auntie Dakia, to keep her pressure down. No, that's her favorite, so that's something he picked up. And P.O. like after he said, after he gave her a little compliment, like, he like, Auntie Dakia, you always stunting and all that, and saying, let me quote P.O. on this one, because this one messed me up. And he said it like how I'm gonna say it. P.O. was like talking to Auntie Dakia. He was like, who should I thank for the privilege of your beauty? I was like, damn it, P.O., damn it. I've been going so hard on P.O. for the whole season. And like I told y'all, I met P.O. in person very briefly. And before, I seen him on a live where he actually mentioned me and saw me in the chat. And like I said, P.O., from my interaction with him, straight up a stand-up guy, level-headed, thinking man, respectable, all of that. All of that. On the YouTube and in person. However, when you say them corny old school lines, I got to say something, P.O. And P.O. know that. I got a job to do. He said it himself. I got a job to do. Because I like P.O. I don't want to meet people who I'm doing reviews by, because then I will feel something like a personal connection with them. So, but damn it, P.O. You can't say stuff like that. I got to say something. That's some old school corny pimp daddy stuff. It didn't make no sense. But Auntie Dakia, she's an auntie. So she'll go into it and say, well, where I get it from, actually, I look like a sister. Me and my mother look like sisters. And you know what? I believe that. I believe that very well. Because Auntie Dakia looks like a young, old senior citizen lady that looks good. Not taking away anything, but she looks slightly elderly. There's no getting around it. I won't go into why, but fine. So if her and her mother look similar, I totally believe it. I totally believe it. So that means her mother looks very young. But I'm gonna get off of that. So they still trying to romanticize PO and Auntie the Kid's relationship. It's just nothing there. It's nothing there at all. And PO's still going on, so I gotta group this with it. And he telling Auntie the Kid, you're a powerful, standout black queen. And anyone who like rejects you or doesn't want to be with you, they need to be checked out. Damn it, PO. You my guy on this show. Oh man. All right, so let's go to the next one. So Joy and Clifton the Shark meet up at a restaurant in Annapolis, which is about an hour away. However, I couldn't see the sign to tell you exactly where it was. I think they do it on purpose now because I'm the DMV tour guide. But let me get back to why I called Clifton the Shark, because I was looking at Joy's talking in her teeth, and she had very nice white teeth. Pretty straight in the line. Then I look over at Clifton. He got like this jumbled K9 mixer roll kind of thing. Look like he'll bite his own tongue off kind of thing going on. So that's why I call him Clifton the Shark. I didn't notice that truly until I saw Joy's teeth. There's a big difference. Whether she got veneers or not, but it's a big difference. So Clifton said that pretty much he enjoyed the weekend, and so did Joy, and he was saying that this is like the time where they kind of set the foundation for their relationship. So I really believe that, again, Clifton and Joy made a pact long time ago to stay together and meet at the bridge for Ready to Love. However, in the end, I don't think Clifton will be able to sustain that relationship with Joy at all. I'm sure he's going to let her down. I know it. I know it. No matter what, Joy's all in. Is Clifton all in for the long term? I don't think so. So we gonna see. I just hope it don't turn out like a Aisha and Dante situation. And I probably could do a whole nother video on that situation because that's ridiculous. I look while I'm talking about. I got to put out there the red flag is when the person you're meeting has 3 different children by 3 different women, and he's not married. He's not a divorcee, none of that. And then found out he got 4 and a possible 5, like he playing a spade hand with children. Probably not. I don't care how much he make. That's a red flag. That's when you gotta stop. That's when you find out like, oh yeah, I used to I just got out of jail for 3 murders or whatever, and I'm living my life right now, and there was a little armed robbery in there, but we good now. I did my time. I'm a stand-up guy, and I want to meet your family, your children, and all that. What do you think? Like, no. You got to stop somewhere. You got to have some boundaries somewhere. But all right, let me get off that. I ain't doing that. So we see the entire group. They meet Tommy in, the blue room. That's why I came here. I was like, hey, I got a blue room. Let's go to the blue room. Let's go to the blue room. And Tommy's really trying to find out, like, I guess what happened on the trip or whatever. And now even Tommy's talking about, did anybody find Tina? I'm like, ain't that y'all responsibility to locate Tina? Y'all paying her. She's under contract. Why are you asking them where Tina is? I'm getting tired of where is Waldo. I'm sick of it. Find Tina and keep her there. I don't know what's going on. Maybe, maybe Tina didn't have a babysitter. That car trouble thing, that was fake. So Tommy really wants to get down also to where we at with the connections, because normally on a trip, the connections are normally solidified. And I thought the scene was really good for TV because it's a different kind of approach to, let's say, deliberation. Because now you have all the men and all the women in one room. But as far as in real life, no, it's a no, because this scene was actually a disaster. It was entertaining, but it was a disaster for them. So, Goofy Joy and Clifton the Shark pretty much say they solid. And, the only issue was with them is that Clifton has PTSD from women having exes. Like, everybody got an ex somewhere, so Clifton is triggered by that. You got an ex? What you mean you got an ex? How about when the last time you talked to him and all that? I get that. People do play a lot of games and play best friend and we're just friends kind of game, but it's a little over top, Clifton. You 45 years old with a 3-year-old. Come on, let's grow up a little bit. But okay, let's move on. Pretty much, yeah, Joy say she on point with Clifton. Everything's good except that little PTSD thing. And Tommy asked Clifton, like, Clifton is sharp, where does he see Joy and him in 6 months? And he got some little fantasy island answer. Well, I see us on a nude beach. Of course by ourselves. Because I'm gonna rent the beach out. By myself and just have Joy there or whatever. Okay, that sounds like a lot of substance. But all right. We see P.O. and he was, everybody's bringing up Tina because everybody loved Tina. I guess because she's 31 or whatever, and she's fertile with a 2-year-old. So P.O. was saying like, yeah, I was kind of into Tina, but she hit me with the ghosting move. That's just how she do. She just cut me off, and then I was looking at Carmen, but she kind of, Carmen is the type of woman, she's about her business and she's driven. So I like that about her. And the kid's pretty much the same way. But he also said Carmen be like, almost feel like she's trying to play him when asking about his other dates. And I get that. I mean, I know it's a process, but especially coming from Carmen, she's not coming from a genuine place. She wants to know for competition and what she got to do, and she's being strategic. That's what's going on with Carmen. She's not naturally interested about your date and how it went and all of that. She's not a genuine person like that. So P.O. was right to sniff her out. I mean, it did sound a little rude. It's like, don't worry about it. But, yeah, guess what? Don't worry about it. Are you into me? And can we talk? Or what's going on with us? That's where it should be at. And I like that. P.O. been kind of setting these women straight. I kind of like that. I mean, you getting it understood because Carmen, she do be trying to play you or trying to, assert herself in such a way where it's only self-serving for her. And it, that really didn't go well because Carmen got pissed. She really got pissed because she felt like P.O. was attacking her character. And she thinking like, oh, well, it ain't like that or whatever. You think I'm just trying to talk to you or whatever. I'm here to find love, She seemed interested in P.O., but I think it was coming at an angle as well. And, Carmen started talking and, started spilling beans. So she going to expose P.O., or she felt like she going to expose P.O. for saying, well, me and P.O. had the conversation. We had the conversation or whatever, talking about what type of woman you like. And he's saying his woman got to look a certain way. And, he don't want to have to, let me paraphrase it. He don't want to have to force to get it up and all that, talk like referring to Auntie the Kid. And P.O. had the Home Alone face like, what the hell? And by his reaction, I don't know. It almost looked guilty. So I don't know. I don't trust nothing Carmen say, just like the Kid. But it was really exposing P.O. as well as throwing a shot at Auntie the Kid. And I was wrong. Carmen's messy like that. And I didn't like that. But P.O. was like, bullshit. It ain't true. And like I said, Carmen thought she was hurting Auntie the Kid. But Auntie the Kid was like, I don't trust nothing Carmen say at all. And Carmen like, well, I don't either. Tommy had to kind of reel them in, which he's supposed to. Like, hey, focus on me. We're not going back and forth. Let's stay respectful and all of that. But yeah, it just got messy and catty from that point. And that's why I said that's more of a men's deliberation and a women's deliberation. I don't think you're supposed to have that kind of setting in two rooms because, as I said, it just got worse. It really got worse. So it was a situation where, let me forget this because that's my favorite line. Because when Auntie the Kid and Carmen was going back and forth, Carmen was like, well, if you don't got it, you don't got it. You can't get P.O. up or whatever, then you ain't got it. And Auntie the Kid hit her with comment with like, well, are you talking natural over purchase? I like that. I like that. I like it. I like it. You know, you trying to jump out there and expose it like, you know, you calming the body. You bought all that. It's purchase. Now, you know, shout out to the women who like to purchase parts on their bodies or whatever. But, hey, Auntie the Kid got a point. That's, you know, hers is all natural. But anyway, you know, like I said, it's just the tension was just like in the room. And Tommy had got to Sabrina, and Sabrina was pretty much saying, you know, Tori's, the kidney smash is gone. So she focused on her connection with Donovan and Demetrius. And she was saying like she was really into Donovan, but I guess speaking to him, she didn't get a feel that he had enough time between his divorce and time to be ready for love, which I understood. But I have the same question about Sabrina as well. Like, you know, have you had enough time in between your divorce to, I guess, heal and all that kind of stuff? Because her numbers kind of get fudged. They keep going up and down and mixed and matched and all that kind of crazy stuff. So Donovan could ask the same about her, but he didn't. But you could tell he was pissed that he didn't like that. And Donovan was pretty much saying like, well, if you have a concern like that, while we talking, you can ask me. I can tell you everything I know. I've been transparent and all of that. So, I mean, I get that because that's right. If you felt that way, you should have further discussed it with him. I guess not just make your own thoughts on it and not give him a chance to explain. And Sabrina pretty much said that Demetrius is the most solid connection that she has because she trusts him. However, a red flag for her was that Demetrius' friend made it known that Demetrius needs a submissive woman, which she is not, and she's not going to try to be. And I did like Demetrius' response in that. He was like, well, that's what my friend said. That's not who I am, which it sounded good, but Demetrius said in his confessional like a show or two ago that I guess when that friend thing was happening, he was like, well, Sabrina didn't like the word submissive or like she can't be that, then that's kind of a red flag. So obviously you do want a submissive woman. There's nothing wrong with that, but keep it real. So like I said, it was just a bunch of people in their feelings. It was just getting messy. And even Donovan revealed that he said Sabrina came for his neck when they were going out. I mean, just I guess leaving or whatever. And he mentioned like he doesn't know who's going home next. And Sabrina was like, hey, well, it could be you. And I guess he didn't take that kindly. And then when Sabrina was approached by Uncle Tommy, she was like, oh, no, I was just playing. That wasn't for real or whatever. But we see, like, for the next episode, they're going to have a conversation about it. So, like I said, with this episode, for it being a getaway, it was lackluster, but it kind of got good at the end. There was a lot of drama going on. So, hopefully the next one will carry over to that. And that was pretty much it. Like I tell y'all, get down in the comments. Tell me what y'all thought. Tell me what I missed. Add what you're going to add, and let's talk about it. And keep rocking with me. And as I always tell y'all could be anywhere in this YouTube world, but you're here with me. I really appreciate it, and I really mean it.